is the Olympus Report, demigods, monsters, and gods alike. We've got a ton of news to talk about. We've got some Season 2 and Season 3 content to discuss, but let's start with Season 3. We've got a new set video of Percy, Thalia, Grover, Bianca, and Zoe being rescued by Clarice. That's right, I said Clarice. Why is Clarice here? Well, Rick has said he wanted to give her character a bigger role in the series. As we know, Clarice is supposed to be in the labyrinth right now. So maybe they'll tie in Season 4 somehow, which I think could be cool. I'm okay with changes, but there needs to be a reason for them. So hopefully Clarice is there for a reason and not to just throw her in. But now let's move on to Season 2. The TV tie-in book is hitting stores. You can pick up your copy in stores starting on November 11th. This is just the Sea of Monsters book with a new cover, but it also includes several shots from the show. So let's take a look at all of them, break them down, and discuss how they may reveal potential changes from the book to Season 2. We're gonna go in order. So up first, we have Percy and Sally. The description reads, Sally Jackson, Percy's mom, gives Percy advice for his next summer at Camp Half-Blood. My best guess is this is the opening scene of the show. Much like the book, Percy would wake up, Sally's gonna make him some blue pancakes, and Sally's going to talk to him about potentially a problem arising at Camp Half-Blood. We may even get introduced to Tyson in this scene. Not much else is given away, but I love Sally's warm, comforting smile. Up next, we have Percy in school. The caption reads, while Grover searches for Pan, Percy goes to school at Merryweather Prep. Merryweather Prep is, of course, the school in the Sea of Monsters, and I love that they got this detail right. We can even see a sign that says Merryweather Prep. We can see Percy walking down the hall filled with students. He's in his school uniform, which we've seen before. Percy is all smiles in this picture, ready to have an uneventful last day of school and go to Camp Half-Blood. But as we all know, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna go out and make a wild theory here. I have absolutely no hints that this could be the case, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say this guy right here is the school bully, Sloane. Next, we have Annabeth outside the Grey Sisters taxi, holding her dagger. The caption reads, Annabeth Chase, daughter of Athena, finds Percy on his way to school and tells him Camp Half-Blood is in trouble. So here's where our first change may arise. In the book, Annabeth finds Percy after school, after the Listergonian giants attack and Percy blows up the gym. So I'm a little confused here because as we saw in the previous picture, Percy was at school. So maybe Percy goes to school, comes home, and this is the next day? That would be my guess. And if this is the case, and as we'll see in future pictures, that would mean that the Listergonian giants do not attack at school, which may open up a potential plot hole because if Percy doesn't blow up the gymnasium, then he doesn't get expelled. And Percy doesn't go to Merryweather Prep in the Titan's Curse. Up next, we have Percy and Annabeth in the Grey Sisters taxi. The caption reads, Percy and Annabeth take a ride in the Grey Sisters taxi to Camp Half-Blood. They both have serious, shocked expressions on their face. I think this is when the Grey Sisters tell them something about the prophecy and or the future. I love the detail of the cab, especially the Starry Night roof. Feels very godly. Now while this picture is of Percy and Annabeth, this knee right here is Tyson's. And I love how big it looks compared to Percy and Annabeth. Up next, we have a picture of one of the Grey Sisters, Wasp. The caption reads, Wasp is one of the 3 Grey Sisters. She drives the taxi without an eye. I love the detail given to Wasp. She kind of looks like a frumpy, grumpy grandmother with the pink lipstick, leopard print scarf, and gray hair. Next up, a solo shot of Percy. The caption reads, Percy uncaps Riptide, the sword given to him by Chiron. Now, I'm pretty sure we've seen this photo before, but I don't remember if it's this exact one or if this one's a little different. We, of course, have Riptide and Percy ready for battle. Now, originally, I had thought that he was ready to battle the automaton bulls. But when we jump to the next picture, we're gonna see that's not the case. The next picture is of Percy with Riptide and Annabeth with her dagger poised to fight. The caption reads, Percy and Annabeth ready their weapons to fight the Listergonian giants. So here's my theory. There's no automaton bulls, and the Listergonian giant fight is moved from the school to Camp Half-Blood, which I'm okay with, but I hope they give a good reason for why Percy gets expelled, and that's not actually a plot hole left open. But I do love this photo. Percabeth fighting back to back. They both look so cool and powerful. Up next, we get a picture of Clarice. The caption reads, Clarice LaRue comes to Percy and Annabeth's aid. She is ready to defend camp. Now this is in line with the books. Well, kinda. Clarice was supposed to already be at the fight, and Percy and Annabeth actually come to Clarice's aid. So it seems this has been flopped a little bit in the show. Clarice, as always, looks super intimidating. And we can see a camper behind her with a sheath of arrows. Potentially a child of Apollo. Alright, the next picture is of Luke, and we have seen this picture before in trailers. Here's another example of how the show is going to be different from the book. The caption reads, Percy discovers the giants were sent by Luke Castellan. As a distraction, Luke escapes Camp Half-Blood on a Pegasus. So, in the book, Luke's not at camp. Percy and Annabeth suspect that Luke sent the bulls, but they can't prove it. As we've seen in the trailer, Luke is going to poison Thalia's tree here, and I think Percy sees it. This is actually more in line with the movie than it is with the book. Luke was at the camp attack in the movie. He's not supposed to be here in the book. However, if this Pegasus he escapes on is Blackjack, I'm all for this change. Up next, we have a shot of Camp Half-Blood, specifically the cabins. The caption reads, Demigods gather near the main cabins, which still stand after the fighting. We can see that we're approaching nightfall and the cabins are lit up. There's campers around a fire, and campers going in and out of cabins. Also, I'm not sure if this was in season 1 or I just missed it, but there seems to be a pond in the center of the cabins, which is pretty cool. Up next, we have Percy with Tantalus. The caption reads, after the battle, Percy meets Tantalus, the new activities director of Camp Half-Blood. So this is potentially another change. Percy is supposed to meet with Chiron first, after the battle, and then meet Tantalus. But it seems Tantalus is going to show up after the battle. I just hope they didn't cut Chiron's scenes. I love how tall and imposing Tantalus is. He really wasn't described as much of a threat in the book. He was described more as a withering old man, but I do like this change. And last but not least, we have another shot of Percy being escorted by 2 other campers. The caption reads, Percy is escorted to the Poseidon cabin, which is an interesting choice of words. While Percy and Tantalus never saw eye to eye in the book, Tantalus didn't treat him like a prisoner. And that's kind of the vibes I'm getting from this photo. And I think that's the vibes Percy's getting because he is not happy here. Camp Half-Blood is supposed to be his escape, not his prison. And I kind of like this juxtaposition. So overall, out of all the changes we've discussed, I'm more okay with this one. These images are all awesome and super cool, but I question the decisions to include these specific ones in the book. Because this book is just the Sea of Monsters, but with companion photos from the season. So it's going to be a little weird to read the story and not have Luke at Camp Half-Blood in the beginning, but then see a picture of Luke at Camp Half-Blood with the caption of Luke being at Camp Half-Blood. Like I said, I'm okay with changes, but personally for the book, I would have included different photos. Well, we have a lot of questions and we're just gonna have to wait for season 2 to come out, and I am so ready for it. Are you gonna pick up this copy of the Sea of Monsters? Let me know down in the comments below, and also let me know which picture was your favorite. But until next time, I'm signing off, and please, as always, stay safe.